I've noticed that nearly every myth about nature is wrong. So I went to the absolute limits. Touching toads that give you warts, testing if geckos use glue to stick to walls, buying the world's cutest spider, and so much more. Starting with the most primal, a dog's favorite food is kibble. Yeah, you heard that right, kibble. So to test that, I gathered up some of this everyday chicken and rice dog food, which honestly, now that I'm looking at it, doesn't seem too appetizing. Oh, and on the other side, I got this real chicken to see which is really better. Okay, let's see which food King prefers. Immediately after releasing King to the table, it felt as if he was a bit camera shy. But eventually, after a bit, he jumped up onto the table and snagged a bite of the real chicken. Yep, and then he just kind of devoured the entire thing like he hadn't eaten in days. King was a little bit camera shy at first, but it looks like he likes the chicken more. And because he literally didn't touch the actual dog food, I think it's more than safe to say that this myth has been busted. I mean, that myth was cool and all, but literally nothing compares to what's coming up later in this video. Like testing if a toad can actually give you warts and so much more. So buckle up because this is about to get insane. With the next myth being that moss only has the ability to grow on the north side of trees. Apparently, some people seem to believe that moss like this only grows on the north side of trees. So, I mean, I got this compass to test, well, exactly that. If you've never seen a compass before, pretty much how it works is the N on the top right here is supposed to represent where about the North Star is located. And this arrow you see moving around from time to time uses some complicated magnetic forces to show which direction you're facing in. Like on this tree, for example. If we take our handy dandy compass and, put it in the direction of the tree, you can see that we are looking at southeastern. So that means that this moss is definitely not on the north side. And to be sure, that wasn't a one-off occurrence. I checked loads of other trees with moss, and the only thing I did notice was that pretty much all of the moss was growing in one direction. You see, depending on the species, most of the time they want to be in the most shaded and moist environment available. And typically that is on the north side, but that definitely doesn't mean that's the only place it grows. So that means that this myth is busted. These myths are literally just going to get more and more intriguing as the video goes on, with the next one being that geckos use glue to stick to walls. Yeah, I guess some people think that a gecko's foot is actually sticky and leave a sticky residue behind, causing them to never hold a gecko. So to test this myth, I held my gecko Marshall for a bit. Then once I put him down, I recorded exactly what my hands looked like. And you can pretty clearly see that there's absolutely no sticky glue left behind. Here, let me show you what is actually happening. As you can see, once I put the gecko onto this glass, instead of seeing a sticky residue, what you actually see are millions of microscopic hairs on their toes, which are called spatulae. These millions of hairs actually work together, forming electrical attractions to the surface molecules, just enough to allow the gecko to hold on to practically any surface on Earth. So yeah, I'm thinking that myth is more than busted. That was pretty insane, but this next myth is the most destructive of all, and it's that you can't break glass underwater. So to test that, I've got this little hammer and this glass. I think you know where I'm going with this. Yeah, if you haven't realized by now, I'm going to be breaking this entire glass pane in the water, or at least attempting it. I don't know if it's actually gonna break. And since I was so eager to test this, I immediately put the glass into the water and began to try to crack it. However, glass like this is pretty thick, and considering I was literally only given 3 inches tops to hit it from, the only way it'd really shatter was with consistency, and that I had. So after about a minute, this finally happened. Dang bro, can we get an instant replay of that? I mean, check out how fast all these pieces split, even in slow motion. So yeah, I mean, I guess you can actually break glass underwater. Myth busted. Okay, now for something a little bit more mind-boggling. The next myth is that there's only one way to water plants. Yeah, I mean, until now, I thought that the only way you could water a plant was by actually watering it. But apparently, now you can use string. Yeah, string. I guess experienced gardeners have been using this trick for years, but I want to test if it actually works. So, after adding the plant to the water, I let it sit for about an hour. And boy, you can literally see the water being absorbed up into the plant. You're probably so confused, and believe me, I was too. It's called a capillary action, and that's because the water molecules stick to the fibers of a string. And since liquid climbs in narrow spaces, it basically defeats gravity and gives the plant water. So yeah, it's pretty odd. Oh yeah, and myth busted. You might be surprised, but we are already halfway through the myths, and pretty soon the absolutely jaw-dropping ones will begin. But for now, let's see if the sun actually makes you sneeze. Okay, so let me look right into the sun. Oh my gosh, that's blinding. I never end up sneezing, but apparently some people with photic sneeze reflex do. However, since I didn't, I'm just gonna have to say that this myth is busted. I think this next myth might be my favorite of the video, and it's that all spiders are scary, except for this spider. It's called a regal jumping spider, and it's rumored that it's the cutest spider on Earth. And honestly, I agree. Everyone, say hi to Jerry. Despite being an actual spider, they have so many different characteristics that make them so unique and cute looking. Like bro, even on their back abdomen, it sort of looks like they have a face on it. Alright guys, I put Jerry into this little cup. Let's go see what people think about him. I think he's pretty cute. Yes, bro, I'm about to ask my neighbors, my little brother, and a fellow YouTuber what they think about Jerry. And every time they say he's cute, he'll get a point. All right, guys, so I got this spider right here. What do you guys think about him? His name is Jerry. He's supposed to be the cutest spider in the world. So, just let me know.
I would say yes.
I'd say he's pretty cute.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just asking people what they think about my cute little jumping spider right here. And it looks like you're the next person I'm gonna ask.
I'm gonna go with not cute.
Oh, dang. Nah, that guy did not like Jerry at all. Yo, G, check out Jerry. Do you think he's cute? Oh. It's safe to say at this point, things were not looking good for Jerry. So I decided to call up my friend, who you've probably seen before, Tara Green. And whatever he says will be the final decision. All right, Tara Green, I know most people think that all spiders are scary, but I might have found a spider that is actually cute. You've seen Jerry, right?
Yes, bro, I've seen Jerry.
Okay. I asked so many people if he was cute, and it turns out you're the tiebreaker.
Wait, you're telling me people said Jerry's not cute?
Yeah, bro, I don't know why.
Well, bro, I'll be the tiebreaker, and I'll tell you, Jerry is single-handedly the most cutest spider I've ever seen in my life.
Let's go! Okay, myth busted, and let's move on to the next one. Okay, for this next myth, it's that mantis can't use camouflage. To test this myth, I scattered a bunch of dead leaves and then added our little ghost mantis to them and let him settle in. Now, in order to test just how good his camouflage is, I called my little brother down and asked him if he could try to find it. Okay, G, you have 3 seconds to find the mantis. Open your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Dang, G couldn't find the mantis, but honestly, I don't blame him. I mean, when you take a closer look, you can see that he looks almost identical to a dead leaf. And to small prey, it's probably pretty chirpy. I mean, I know I would definitely fall for it. And just to show you how insane their camouflage is, I've got this cricket. Unfortunately for me though, my mantis never ate the cricket. I'm not sure if it was because the cricket was too large or because the cricket was barely moving, but instead, to show you how his camouflage works, I found this footage of another camouflaging mantis, shot by National Geographic, that shows you exactly how they hunt. And you can see that it's very jaw-dropping. And when you slow down the footage, you can enjoy just how cool they really are. Dang bro, I think that myth is busted. we are so unbelievably close to testing the touching a toad gives you warts myth. But first, our second to last myth is that daddy longlegs are the most venomous spider. Guys, I don't really know how to show you this, so let me just tell you, these daddy longlegs are actually harmless. In fact, most of them aren't even spiders at all. And the reason I say that is because actually there are two different animals that people majorly classify as daddy longlegs, with the most popular one being harvestmen, who actually aren't even spiders and carry no venom whatsoever. And the other one is a cellar spider, which is the one I have right here. They actually possess very weak venom that isn't dangerous to humans at all. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely gonna come as a shock to a lot of you, but hey, the more you know and myth busted. Yes sir, it's officially time to test if touching a toad gives you warts. Which is exactly why I got this yellow-bellied toad. And after taking all the precautions necessary, I put my finger on his back and here's the results. And oh my goodness bro, look at all the warts that he just gave me. Nah, I'm just joking. I actually drew them on. Toads cannot give you any warts. And dang, it looks like we've busted all 10 of nature's craziest myths. Alright, let me get you back in your cage, bro. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you like this new educational style, and hit that sub button. Oh, and also check out the video on screen. Bye-bye.